society will say to them, what is this distorting the creation of Allah and the pure belief? The possessor of a pure heart will question this. مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. And the possessor of a pure heart needs to be ready, because corruption and the people of corruption will talk back. They said to him, قَالُوا نَعْبُدُ أَصْنَامًا فَنَظَلُّ لَهَا عَاكِفِينَ. Look at the arrogance and the ignorance. They said, we worship idols. Right? Whether you like it or not, we worship idols. And we are bent upon their worship. عَاكِفِينَ. You know عَاكِفِينَ, i'tikaf. When you sit in the masjid and you stay there for 10 nights, you're not going anywhere. That's what عَاكِفِينَ means. Here, we're sitting at these idols. We're going nowhere. Yallah, do what you want. That's our belief. We're proud of it. This is our way of life. You gotta be ready. That's exactly what the people of Ibrahim today are doing. Right? Each and every single belief of these isms is an idol. It's an idol. An idol, a modern day idol. Heck, feminism is an idol. Think of it as a virtual idol. Liberalism is another idol standing next to it. And people are worshipping, making sujood to these idols. And just like in the past, when the idol would lose shape, they would reshape it, right? Would use a chisel or whatever tools they had to engrave the eye one more time and bring it out and purify it and clean it. And they do the same thing today. If there are certain laws and principles in feminism that are not going too well in today's society, they'll change it. Yalla, remove this, advance this, bring this in. These are all changes on the idol. Right? This is how it is. Like atheism, over time, how many times does it change? How many times beliefs are inserted into it and beliefs are removed and altered and changed and so on? There's nothing other than Islam that remains firm upon its principle, has never changed since 1,400 years ago. That's why its followers don't abandon it. Because if Islam is solid and it's never changed, why would its followers change? They won't. But yet those who worship and ascribe themselves to other than Islam, you'll find him 2 years practicing communism, then moving into liberalism, then it's not good, moving into atheism. You're changing every 2 years. Right? Why? Because your religion that you're following always changes. So naturally you'll always change as well. Simple. So then Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, هل يسمعونكم إذ تدعون أو ينفعونكم أو يضرون. He said, hey, listen up. You're proud about worshipping these idols? I got a question. Do they hear you when you call out to them? Do they benefit you or harm you in any way, shape or form? Yalla, tell me. What does that mean? Meaning he's telling them that my Lord hears me when I speak, and my Lord benefits me and he harms me. It's in his hand. It's in his control. You know what they responded and said? قالوا بل وجدنا آباءنا كذلك يفعلون. This is the most silliest response that you will ever find. And by the way, it is the only response that people of falsehood could ever have in justifying their falsehood. It doesn't go beyond this. They said to him, we found our forefathers upon this path. So, one second. So you're worshipping your idols because your forefathers used to do this? That's it? Wallahi, I tell you, this is the maximum and the best response anyone that adopts a religion other than Islam will ever give you. Nothing else. Don't listen to anything else. Yeah, they might take you into this, but this is why atheism is good and this is why... In the end, all of it is, we found our forefathers doing it and believing in it, so we believe in it. Because all these isms, weren't they named by a person? Weren't they all given name by a person? Don't they all have founders? You put in Google, who founded feminism? You'll have a human name. Who founded liberalism? You'll find a human name. Who founded atheism? You'll find a human name. So whatever garbage you're going to give, the reality of the matter is that you're just following a human being. That's all it is. Nothing else. And therefore, you lose value and you lose worth. Did Allah command us to follow a human being? Or اتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم. Follow that which was revealed to you from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even he said to them, they said to him, we found our forefathers doing this. Even I like sometimes to use this with Christians, right? When giving da'wah to a Christian. Why are you a Christian? End of the day he says, I was raised among a Christian family. Yeah, but okay, so you follow Jesus. Did Jesus say, follow what your fathers follow? Or did he say, follow the Lord? So let's look and investigate at what the message of the Lord was. And it was to worship him. Finished. قالوا بل وجدنا آباءنا كذلك يفعلون. Okay, now the possessor of a pure heart, look at the strength he had in society, facing the evil and the corruption. He didn't let any of it affect him and his belief. He wasn't weak. He was firm and strong. Look at now, he's going to explode with the truth among his people. Allahu Akbar. He said to them, قال أفرأيتم ما كنتم تعبدون أنتم وآباؤكم الأقدمون. He said, listen up. Everything you people worship and everything your forefathers of the past worshipped, فإنهم عدو لي إلا رب العالمين. All of them are an enemy of mine except the Lord of the worlds. The possessor of a pure heart knows who his enemy is, and there is everything besides Allah and what Allah loves. You see, I tell you, we have a problem among our society today. Today, Muslims are enemies with other Muslims, insulting other Muslims, slandering other Muslims, backbiting other Muslims, tension and fight among Muslim communities. That's not a sign of a pure heart. The sign of a pure heart is that you know who your real enemy is. He says to them, فَإِنَّهُمْ عَدُوٌّ لِي. All your idols, all your fake, fabricated, false beliefs, and those who founded them, and those who follow them, all of them are an enemy of mine. That's my real enemy. And I'll challenge their filth and their corruption and their transgression in society. Yes, we'll challenge it in a peaceful, respectful manner. Yalla, bring me what you have.